enjoy the show after the beep.
Sounds like we're in the museum in Animal Crossing.
You've been playing. You've been crossing those bridges.
I've been trying to, but like I'm so fucking busy.
Yeah.
Tim, you ever almost get married? No, wrong.
You ever almost get married?
You ever get close to getting married in 2 weeks?
Not yet.
Have you ever been 2 weeks away from getting married? Is what I meant to say from the very beginning.
Not yet. Yeah, Animal Crossing is deceptive in that it seems like this game that you can just like play for a little bit every day. But it's kind of not. If you really, if
you want to get,
if you want to do all of the stuff that you wanted to do in it, which I'm trying to. Every day I want to go around my island and collect all the stuff that needs to be collected and sell it and check out what's in the store and check out what's in the other store.
Then you're like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff I got to do every day.
And then it turns into like, if you're not playing for 2 or 3 hours, you didn't do everything that you were trying to do. And like I want to go to other islands and see if I can find fruit. And there's so many things. And I play for like at least 2 hours every day. And so that's it. That's what I'm doing. And then like if I'm playing games, that's the game I'm playing.
In order to progress in the game, you have to spend amount of money.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
God.
It's crazy.
That doesn't even like, what?
Yeah. Which I don't think that this is necessarily a negative about the game. I think it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's just when we started playing it, I wasn't thinking to myself, well, this is what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? But it is.
When was the last time you played Zelda?
Haven't.
Okay, cool. I tried like twice and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I felt bad.
I'm really sad about it. Yeah.
It's like the video game.
It got sucked out of you.
It got sucked out of me, the video game train. And I think it was Animal Crossing's fault.
Animal Crossing killed your train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that game before that happened because that game is so fucking long.
It is. And I was very early on in it. And every time I got on, the only thing I could picture is just how long it's going to take me to beat it. And that's unfortunate. And because that's so many games and it's so hard to do. And that's why I want to start playing some just platformers and shit so that I can beat a game again. I would like to end a game.
You know what sucks about Tears of the Kingdom? The side quests are actually interesting.
Yeah.
So you want to beat them. Yeah. And they give you stuff for them this time. Like they give you cool stuff. So it's like, that's cool. My God. Like Breath of the Wild, I remember I started and I did a lot more side stuff. And then I was starting to feel this way. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to beat the beasts and beat the game. And that's what I'll do. And it still took me forever. And I did it. Yeah. Right. But this one, it's like, but I really want to know what happens. And I don't want to read about it.
Yeah.
But that means I have to fucking play it. And it's like,
yeah, there's, yeah.
So maybe I'll pick that up again someday, but it's not today.
Not today.
I tried today and I was like, oh no, my brain doesn't want to play this game. I don't want to play it. But I still acknowledge that it's great.
Yeah. No, it's a great game. This is how I got off of video games for a while. Is that it's just so much time. It's such a big time commitment if you want to play very many games. And it's just hard. It's so funny because so much of what we say about or have said about movies and books and TV shows and stuff, it's like, this was really good. I wish there could have been more, or I wish it had kept going, or not always. And I've gotten out of that a little bit, but especially things that ended before they were planned to end. It's like, man, I just wish we had gotten just a little bit more of that. And then in video games, I'm like, man, I wish they could be shorter.
I wish this would just fucking end.
It's it's so counterintuitive because video games that I really like, I play for so many hours, right? And I just want to keep playing them for sure. But there's also the part of me that's like, man, I want to finish it.
Yeah.
I want to finish it. I wish I could finish it.
You can't. That's what I'm realizing about Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm sure if I was like, it's like you have to be super into it. You have to be invested.
Yeah.
You can't casually play this game. Like, I mean, you can a couple hours a night, but that's going to take you.
You're going to be playing for
to beat
a year, baby.
It's going to take you like at least 3 or 4 months to beat it, probably. And it's
my problem is I can't stay invested in that in a game long enough.
No, not for 3 or 4 months to where I'm like, I got to move on to. I got to do something else.
Yeah. And that's my issue with that. I was playing casually, exactly like you're saying. I was just like, I'm going to play a little bit here, and then it like dawns on me that I'm not as interested in playing, and I'm like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, and I think Tears of the Kingdom ends up, because I know I can beat other games like that too, because I did it with Skyrim. Skyrim's long, and there's plenty of stuff to do in that. There's a bunch of other games, but. And Hollow Knight was surprisingly longer than I thought it was going to be. Shorter than Breath of the Wild, but longer than I thought by a lot. Breath of the Wild is just, you play it for 2 hours and then you're like, wait, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I really didn't do anything. I walked closer to where I was supposed to go.
Yep.
But where I was supposed to go,
I got distracted by 37 things that honestly didn't really matter.
Didn't really matter, but it feels like they matter when you're playing it, and it kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Sometimes it's like, I need to there's a shrine, I need to have as much hearts as I can so I don't die in one hit all the time. Or so I can run faster to my shit.
Yeah.
So I can get
run
there
for longer than 2 seconds.
Yes. I need to get there now, please.
God. Yeah.
It makes it sound like it's bad, but it really is good.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta be in.
And we're not right now, apparently.
Nope. And, which sucks because I really want to play Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just scared I'm not in.
I
have to buy it though.
I want to, what I'm gonna try to start doing.
Go to sleep.
Whatever
you do, just go to sleep.
I want to try and start doing this, is that when I have an impulse to play a different game, I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because
that's the way to do
it. I keep telling myself like, oh, well, yeah, and that's great. And I will play that game when I finish this one. And that's such a bad idea for me, at least for me personally, because by the time I don't finish the game because I burn myself out on it trying to beat it, depending on what the game is. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to move on to the other game, but I'm not as interested in that game now. And so I don't get very far in it. I think
what that is not necessarily you wanting to play that other game. I think maybe you should look at it and be like, what it actually means at its core is that you're feeling done with the game that you're playing.
Yeah.
Because your brain is starting to go elsewhere. You know, when I beat Breath of the Wild, or when I beat, it was starting to go off near the end of Breath of the Wild, but when I beat Skyrim, it didn't feel like I was done with Skyrim. But I sat back and I realized, I was like, but I invested a lot of time in that.
Yeah.
And I did all the stuff. So I think I am done. And it just made it a better experience, and I moved on to that. So like, you have to be invested throughout the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, as soon as I'm not, I think I'm leaving.
You got to stop.
And I should leave.
Yeah.
Because that's been a big part of why I keep going back and playing. Like, right now I'm playing Steep with Joey. And that game's fun.
That game's funny.
That game is really funny.
Funny as fuck.
And I love it, and I'm glad that I'm playing it, and now I'm finally doing some of the actual stuff in it too. So that's kind of cool that I'm like actually like completing things. Yeah, instead of just being silly. Still doing that a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not, I don't feel like that time is like wasted. And if I'm having fun, it's not wasted time, obviously.
Absolutely.
That's the point of the video games.
Yeah.
But like, the reason I keep going back to things like Steep, where at the end of the day, you don't beat the game really, is that I don't have to like
think
about it. Yeah. And that's easier. But I feel like if I put a little less pressure on myself to finish the games, then I could just enjoy them more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard.
I was gonna say something about.
But also, I'm getting ready to go to Daytona, and
the race
that is day 3 race. But that Daytona is where I went and really got into Breath of the Wild. That I bought the game and I had played a little bit of it. I had gotten to the first Divine Beast, but I hadn't done anything. And then I stopped playing. And then in Daytona, I was like, you know what? Because I brought my Switch. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild. That seems like fun. And I played. I beat it after that. Like I played a lot of it while I was there. And then when I got home, I finished it. And it was great. And I was like hoping that this would happen with Tears of the Kingdom this trip. And now I'm like, well, that's a bad hope. Let's not focus on that.
Yeah, no, it's got to be natural.
Yeah.
I think what was keeping me playing that game longer than I wanted to was because I bought it recently. And so I was like, oh, I bought a game. I should beat it. But I think now I should anticipate that just because I bought a game doesn't mean I have to beat it right away.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Once you bought it, you have it.
Yep.
And it's good to play games that you bought when you buy them so that you feel like you spent money for a reason. But yeah, definitely don't have to beat it.
And we make ourselves feel like shit for buying a game and not beating it. But I'm at the point where I do think that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, if you were, because sometimes you buy a game, you realize it was bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't have to beat that game.
You don't have to beat that game. It's bad. You have to like it at all. So, and there's those, and then there's ones you find good, right? And you just, whatever, same reasons for any other game you don't beat. It's like, don't make yourself feel bad about that. Just, you'll get to it.
Yeah, you don't have to feel bad.
Yeah.
You'll play it someday, maybe. And then maybe look deeper into yourself. And it's a lot of mindfulness for playing. Yeah.
Video games taught me mindfulness. That's really interesting.
Yeah, well, I recently had a thing
I hate my phone.
about trying to I was gonna buy a game last night. And,
which one?
It's called Dredge.
I know about that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
I've heard good things.
And I think I'm going to get it, but I found out that I could get a demo for it. And I have no idea what all it's on. I was going to buy it on Switch.
I think it's on PS Plus.
Oh, possibly.
Like for free. I don't buy it yet. You could probably.
Well, like I said, I decided not to buy it right away anyway. But I found out that you could get a demo for it, so I got the demo and I was trying it out. And I'm just trying to be better about those things because I have so many games that I've just bought for no real reason.
Yeah.
So many games I bought and not with the intention of playing soon. And I'm like, well, you know what would have been smarter to do with that is to add it to a wish list and then buy it when you want to play it. Or you never buy it.
Or you do buy it, but it's like a game that you because I bought Portal and Portal 2 along with Amnesia.
Yeah.
Right? But those two games are very different. And me buying it, I don't know if I'll ever play Amnesia. It's not my kind of game.
Yeah.
Like the anxiety horror games, they're really, they fuck me up. I can't do those.
That's fair.
Right? So even though I wanted to play it and just experience it, right?
Yeah.
Is experiencing it worth that money if I'm, when Portal and Portal 2, I haven't beaten Portal 2 yet. I beat Portal.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm never going to beat Portal 2.
Right.
I know I'm going to beat that game. I know I like that game. You know what I mean? So it's different. There's Amnesia was just like a
similar experience.
Yeah.
With those games. I bought those two and also the Amnesia, all the Amnesia games because they were on sale for $5.
Yep.
And I was like, I did. And I didn't have that. And I started Amnesia and I was like, I'm not going to beat this soon, if ever.
You know what sucks? You know what really sucks is buying a game for a lot more than on sale, and then you realize it when you buy a bundle of them.
That hurts.
You realize you don't like the first one at all.
Is that
yes?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. No volume button have an ass. Disney anime, no weird, not a story. It's not a story. Ass game.
What?
Kingdom Hearts. It's not. I'm sorry. People are like, but you gotta. No, it's not. It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
It's nonsense for children. That's usually fun, except there's 30-second songs that play on a level you spend 3 hours trying to figure out how the fuck you go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the combat is this, and this.
Yeah.
And you're doing magic while you're hitting things? That's too many things. Also, why every place I walk are these every place, every time I take a step, there's like, hi, we're 30 enemies that aren't really a danger to you, but it's just, it takes more time to beat us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're great when they show up when you don't know where you're going. So you're spending 3 hours on a map where you're like, where the fuck do I go? Except every step you take, there's an enemy.
Yeah, that seems great.
But Donald and Goofy are there, so it's fine. And the Keyblade looks cool. I'll give them that.
I've always thought that.
There's so many people who disagree with my take.
Yeah. Oh,
a lot of them.
Most of them.
And I make it known because I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like that shit. Yes. That thing everyone loves. I
recently discovered that I think I really hate digital copies of games.
They're bad.
Because I hate not actually owning it is one thing, but also just I know that newer stuff is it with Xbox that this is happening, but like where the
PlayStation
disc is, or that's PlayStation, where the disc is just a copy of the digital.
That's been since the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But it's all of them. I didn't think
it was all of them. Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, it's all of them.
Well, that's stupid.
You know when you put in your disc and it's like you have to download?
Wait for
that's what it's doing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a key.
Yeah, so I hate that. And that makes the discs stupider.
It doesn't make them mean anything.
But it's not. Yeah, but the thing that it is better about the discs is you can sell those.
Yep.
If you decide, I wish I didn't buy this game, you can get a little bit of your money back. You're not going to get your money back, but you're going to get a little bit of it back. And that feels better than just deleting the game and then but it's still there in your store. Like when you go and look at all the games you have, it's still fucking there forever.
It's right there, yeah.
And you're like, man, I wish I hadn't bought that one, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
And I hate that.
Yep. It's there. And another thing about it too is like, obviously it sucks if your disc fucks up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like now you don't have that, but you can just buy it again. But if you're like PlayStation fucks up, it's like, oh no, wait, it's all connected to your, never mind. It's connected to your account.
No, you still have all
never mind then.
You still have all the stuff.
So they do that. But there's something about it. It's like, well, if they wanted to, they could just be like, it's gone, bye.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Which I guess
if Sony somehow went under, which would be crazy, but like if all that happened, like, yeah, you just don't have any of those anymore, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely what happens with certain games.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Another thing I hate is when games are specifically made as just live service game. Like there's that Ubisoft a fucking controversy. I don't remember what racing game it is, but it's a racing game that was purely online, right? And then they shut the servers down, so you can't even physically play it anymore. Yeah. People have bought the game, own the game, but they can't play it.
Yeah, because they really fucked up.
So it's like, I just spent money on that I'm supposed to have that for as long as I don't want it anymore because it's mine and I bought it.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. You ever think about and you'll like when it's older?
Yes.
Like, do you like the past? Do you guys like the past? Well, here's a story for you. Everybody
listen up.
Everybody listen up. And when you're in the past, the past is flowing through me.
Old stuff because I'm cool. I'm as cool as I can think about having been to be cool. Yeah, my coffee maker is vintage. It spits coffee right on your pants every time you use it. Do you like it? Do you wish you could like it? Everybody is made of parts. And those parts are super old. Unless they're new person. Unless you're a new person. Hey, but let's face it, we're all robots, and all of our parts are really old, and we've just been doing the same shit for 50 fucking billion years. Is the only thing that you need to make you realize that what you used to have you like. Because that's the thing that time does. Every time you use time and time uses you, then you find out about it, and you want to go back, but you can't go back, so you might as well just be alright with what you're doing now, because life moves forward, and
jump. 2,000 people on the dance floor, 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 jump.
2,000 people on the dance floor, jump. 2,000 people on the dance floor. 2,000 people, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 people in the dance floor. Gonna 2,000 people on the dance floor, jump. 2,000 people.
2,000 people on.
If I don't hear 2,000 people on the dance floor jump at your wedding, I'm
gonna fucking drop it again.
Drop it again.
Oh man,
you want to see 2,000 people on the dance floor jump at my wedding?
No, but I want to hear it.
Check this out.
All right, you want to shut the damn show off?
Yeah, I can shut it off.
You want a little piece of the?
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the button. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the button so I can turn it off.
Yeah, I think it's down there.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good thing I turned the show off. Otherwise, we could have accidentally said something on the show that we wouldn't want the audience to know. What's some horrible stuff that we could say that would really get us just...
Fuck your mother!
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's good that the audience won't ever hear you say that. It's good the audience won't hear this either. Yeah. Man, we really gotta stop torturing that lady.
Is she laughing? Like, what's happening? Man.
Good thing we ended the show.
Yeah,
so
it's
now
a good thing the show's over.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's still going.
What?
Uh-oh.
Did you not hear me say the brown word?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, man.
Is that the one that makes people poop themselves when they hear it?
It is. It's the one where it sounds like this.
Ooh,
oh, shit. I just shit myself. Fuck. Oh, God.
We're gonna have to let you go. Talk to you next week. Goodbye.